What is chaga? Probably, what is it? You only see it in the final extract form, huh? Little bottle, liquid here. But it's hard to see. This is what I start off with. If you feel it, we can pass it around, huh? On each side. Go around this way. Now, if you told me that was a mushroom, I think you'd be nuts. It does not look like a mushroom, but it is. And within the mushroom family, there's something like, I'd say maybe 140,000 types of mushrooms. There's probably a great number that haven't not even been discovered. I would say a vast majority are poisonous. We all know mushrooms are fungus, so immediately poisonous fungus can't be well known. But within this family here, there are certain mushrooms that are used for food, edible food, as we know. Well, there's also, within this category, about roughly 250 medicinal mushrooms that are used in science. Most of them in Asia. And within this 250, there's probably 8 types of medicinal mushrooms that are, I call, the superclass. This particular product, this particular chaga that's going around here, is in that superclass. And medicinal mushrooms are probably not well known in the West, but in Asia, pretty well known. Mushrooms are neither plant nor animal. If you talk to yourselves, you talk to your friends, you hear this word about chi, or balance. I mean, what does it really mean? In the Western terminology, we're always looking at drugs, treatment, surgery, cut and paste. But in Asian medicine, we're always looking for something harmonious, a balance within our bodies. So my first formulation back in 2004, 2005 were based on formulation for the body itself. In other words, balance the body. Certain illnesses or prevention will not occur. But over the last couple of years, hearing feedback from people like yourselves here, I've been tweaking this formulation to make it better and better. And when I hear these stories, I'm pretty satisfied because it is working. And the balance is not only with the body, but with the mind and the spirit. What does it have to do with the mind? I work with some autistic kids. They're very hyper, they're very nervous. They need to get the heavy metals out of their body. And so I work with that. So I look at the formulation, so I'm working for calmness. So this extraction process is quite complicated, and I'll go that into the third and final part here. But there's a certain amount of calmness that chaga brings. I think some of you people experienced it, huh? Very active, you're calm. You're not active enough, you're just lethargic. What happens within a couple of days? You feel more energy, your metabolism builds up. Did you feel that? How many people feel that? Yes. God, really? The last one, the third part of this leg about balance is our spirit. What's our spirit? In Chinese medicine, it's actually a point 3 inches below your belly button. Here's your belly button, take your hand around it, this point here. We call it Dante. I don't know the English word for it, just D-A-N-T-E-I. And this is what we use when we want to achieve balance. You probably don't even know it, but you do know in some respect. When you breathe, can you talk at the same time? When you eat and talk, can you do it at the same time? Listening and talking, like Steve said. Pretty hard, huh? But if you concentrate on this point here, wonderful things happen. I do meditation, or I used to do quite a bit of it in the early years. And you can feel a spiritual calm coming over you. And that's what Chaga did. So in the early research years, 2002 to 2005, I meditated a lot, took Chaga, did different extractions to see how it reacted to my body. And that was the trial and error in trying to get this thing to a superior product. I could have just added hot water to it and just made a product, threw it out of the market. Refused to do that. I wanted you people to have not just a good product or a superior product. It's a super class product in my own mind here. And a lot of it is because of your feedback. Your feedback over the last 2 years. So the spirit is pretty important. We see it in yoga instructors. Huh? What do they teach you? You go through the martial arts, you go through the presentation. But where do you get your spirit? Where do you get your control from? The Dante. Good balance is Dante. Do I use my mind when I do these things? Absolutely not. Am I using my physique? Of course, you're training, so you are using your physique, huh? But the ultimate moment is your spirit. And that's what Chaga's been doing. That's what Chaga's been doing to all of us. And it's my responsibility, really, to make sure that the extract that you have is as good as I possibly can make it. That's what we mean by balance. So Qi, to me, is in 3 parts here. Balance in the body, balance in the mind, and the balance in the spirit.